It's finally here. Elden Ring is here. It looks gorgeous, and we're at the character selection. I just want to have a quick video about the different classes that you can start with and why you might pick one over the other. So let's jump in quickly. It doesn't matter what you pick on this first screen, you can actually change the origin here. And so you can see, let's take a look at the stat distribution. So the Vagabond, high vigor, that means high hit points. You're probably just your standard sword and shield sort of knight class. Good strength and good dexterity, a really good all-around character here. The warrior is a dual wielding character, so a little bit less defense, but a lot more offense. You can see high dexterity there. Very good class as well. The hero is sort of like your berserker, chieftain type thing, where you've got a big axe and a shield. So probably, tanky. It's got 14 vigor, tanky like the Vagabond, but just a little bit of a different style. Probably a little bit slower attacks and things like that, but good stat distribution all around if you like this type of character. The Bandit is going to be sort of like your thief assassin type, but they do excel at ranged combat with bows, it says in the description here, which means you'll have lots of opportunities to use this character at range and then maybe finish off characters close up, that type of thing. So if you like that archetype, that's for you. Astrologer is next. This is sort of like your sorceress mage, caster type archetype. 16 intelligence, 15 mind, so likely a good pool of resources to cast lots of spells and have lots of fun. I'm very excited to start with this one here. I think this is going to be my starting character, and I've always liked that sort of mage archetype. So even though you start with a little less hit points than normal, I think this is going to be really cool. Prophet, very similar, except with the healing type. So you've got 16 faith instead of 16 intelligence, and still 14 mind instead of 15 mind. So a little bit more mind on the astrologer than the prophet, but also if you like the sort of healing archetype and being able to keep yourself alive forever type thing, this might be for you. Samurai, everyone knows samurai. Look at that katana and longbow. Love it. This is going to be such a cool character. This is probably going to be my second character. I just love the aesthetic of these, the armor and all that kind of thing. I think this is going to be a really cool archetype to play with. Obviously a little bit more well-rounded, good dexterity, good strength, good endurance, and still relatively high vigor. So, using that longbow from range to sort of snipe at some people and then attack at close range, I think this is going to be a really powerful class to play. The Prisoner, the ugliest thing in the game is this helmet. Oh my god, it looks just horrendous. It looks just hot and really, really uncomfortable, but a sort of well-rounded character, dexterity and intelligence, so it's sort of a sword plus a little bit of spells. You can see he's holding like a sort of scepter or a staff type of thing as well, so a little bit of sorcery as well as the sword. So it could be an interesting what the difference is between the Confessor, which is next, which is also sword and shield, but also some spells, the incantations. So I'm curious to see what the difference would be. Maybe the sorcery is a little bit different than the incantations. I'm not really sure, but both of these look really good as well. So Confessor is probably number 3 on my list. I'm really excited to try these 3. And then the Wretch would be your hard mode character. They start at level 1. They've got level 10 all stats, which is really low on average for everything. And it's going to be your sort of hard mode character. I'm probably not going to try this because that looks really horrible. The Keepsake is the next thing that you can choose when you're making your character, and this is sort of an item that you can see on the right here that you get to keep on your character at all times. I think some of them are usable, so like this one here, you use it to gain runes. I'm not sure what all these do. But it looks like some of them are like one-time use, and then you get something. See, one-time use, it breaks the seal on imp statues. So not sure what all these give you, but some of them are, like this one here is just maximum HP, a little bit of extra HP throughout the game. I think that's important. Depending on how you want to play this game, choose a different Keepsake. I think it's an interesting choice for your early game. I'm not sure what the end game sort of ramifications of these are. I suspect they're more things to give you at the early game to help you out, give you a bit of a boost. This one here might be your end game difficulty modifier. It attracts enemies' aggression, it says in the description. So maybe this is something that you got on you that's going to attract enemies from further distances, making it a little bit harder to sneak around and to get around the world and the map. So again, sort of a difficulty modifier that you can put on yourself, a handicap, if you will, in this. So these are the origins. The important thing to remember here is that the stat distribution here in the end game may not matter a huge amount, but for those people who want to min-max their characters and make sure that their Vagabond has the most amount of vigor possible, or their character, then the Vagabond's going to be for you, because you're just going to be able to get more hit points out of this than you will any other character. You can see all the other characters' vigor is lower. So I don't think that choosing your class necessarily has the biggest impact on your game. I think that you're obviously going to be able to assign stats to your character in any which way you like as you get them, as you level up and things like that. But this initial sort of stat distribution that you have will give you those extra few points that you might want in the late game. I don't know how many stats you get in total. If you get 1,000, this is going to be inconsequential. But if you only get 50, it makes a little bit of difference whether you have 6 or 7 more in one stat or the other. So choose this class carefully. At the beginning, make sure you're sort of aligning it with your playstyle, because while it may not make the biggest difference at the end, if you do like to be that sort of min-maxing, the astrologer is going to be your caster. If you want to be a caster, I don't suggest trying to be a caster with a hero. It's just probably not going to work as well as it will with the astrologer. So pick them carefully, pick the archetype that you think is the most interesting, and I'm going to do that right now. I think I'm going to start with probably the astrologer or the confessor. I haven't decided. I'm going to look at this a little bit more. I'm going to decide, and then I'm going to see you guys with some more videos when I find cool stuff out in this gorgeous world. This looks great. This is Dan from Questline Hero. Thanks very much, and we'll see you guys very soon.